I want to introduce all of you Cynthia Tom, who is a cultural surrealist, visual artist, curator, and activist. Throughout her career, she has seen herself as a philosopher and street archaeologist, obsessively curious about issues in her life, family, and communities. Being raised as a person of color in a multicultural environment, she has informed her life and work within this community. She uses painting, mixed media, art installation, and community projects to spark her imagination, kindle curiosity, and tell our stories. Without further ado, Cynthia Tom.
Chinatown is my ground zero. San Francisco Chinatown is my ground zero, so take out boxes. So I just embrace them. And this is Chris and my mom installing from the rafters, hundreds of boxes. My mom just passed last year, so I wanted to put her in this piece. This is the outside. People actually, they called it Chinatown Memory Shop. People really thought it was. So this is more my lighthearted version of looking at my heritage. I was able to find my grandmother's interrogation papers. When she came to Angel Island, she was stuck there for 3 months. It was a really thick binder. But through this, in a nutshell, I found out she was sold to my grandfather, he was born here, privileged. He went to China and bought her as the second wife. This is a picture of my mom when she was little. Yes.
Second wife here?
No, the first wife here died.
Oh.
And the second, and my grandfather's the son of the groundskeeper for Leland Stanford. I mean, they were a privileged family. But when he went to, which made my indignation worse. But anyway, the first wife died. He went to China to buy a wife to take care of his sons. Brought her back, and she got pregnant 7 times, and he died. But before he died, he traded my mom for opium between the ages of 6 and 12 in Chinatown here. And the only reason it stopped was because he died. And those are the kind of things you pay attention to. No matter what your story is, your family has a story. And that got this feminism coming out of me that I didn't know I had before. And I use my art to tell stories of the communities that no one hears about, the trauma. And I also curate shows for different organizations because I want, a lot of artists want to express this, but there's nowhere to do it. A lot of art exhibitions are about color, about surface treatment, about landscapes, but we do shows about trauma that goes under-recognized, mental health issues, things like that. Hopefully people will want to do something. This is actually a photo from the 1900s of a brothel on Kearny Street in San Francisco. So I use these again to incite people to be curious about what's happening because human trafficking is huge today and Oakland is one of the hubs in the United States. And I was told it's because of the corridor, the 880, 580 corridor, or 880 corridor and the international airport and the So knowing these things about my family, then I became the cultural community art curator, feminist, social justice art activist, and a spiritual artist because of my own healing. I got really sick doing these things until I realized, well, until I got sick. And your body telling you, you can't go 100 miles an hour, you have to be supported. This is one iconic one, Poor Zhaoji. This is 6 years old now, but she created an art piece about her heartbreak. Her husband took her children from her. He had money, she didn't. She's still trying to fight, but her children are now in their late teens. They don't know her and they hate her. Yeah. But because she was able to put the art, she at least knows her sisters who were in the show, that they support her. So that's what we're going to talk about, is how do you explore that. And we're going to give you some artistic techniques and some spiritual intuitive concepts to look at the many aspects of your personality. So we're going to explore and identify, and then actually making the art, to me, is claiming, and showing your art to somebody is proclaiming, whether you're just showing it to each other or you put it out at home and somebody else sees it. Another thing I'm going to talk about a lot are family patterns, because a lot of the healing workshops I teach, the basis of that is knowing your family patterns. Like, well, I'll go into it. Then we're going to do this intuitive collage for a couple hours, which I hope you guys will enjoy. talk about how artists use identity in the art and how they make art with it, and then how you can claim your identity by creating art.